Hey man, I just got back from my trip from Florida, so I do apologize not making the video sooner, but let's get with it. So he wants to know, why is Hank so old, and isn't Deadpool working with Nadia, or, Hank Pym's daughter? What you're going to want to read is Avengers Inc., and this is issue 4. This is when we find out that this version of Hank that we're seeing right now in current comics is actually the same Hank Pym that was merged with Ultron, the old father Ultron. Yes, like the Odin Force. And when his body got displaced away from Ultron, it took a toll on his body. And if you want to know about that story, you got to read Ant-Man from 2022. There's about 4 issues. And this is when a bunch of different versions of Hank Pym, or Ant-Man's I should say, through the timeline have to work together to fight All-Father Ultron. Pretty sick. Quick little note right here is that Ant-Man's nano ants can repair, I guess any scientific weapon or material at a subatomic level, which is pretty interesting. But the weapon they repair is this like time portal gun, I guess, or weapon that they're used against Ultron to de-age him, or to make him age so much to where he just goes gone. And I believe this is what's happening with the current Hank Pym, because Hank Pym is actually in Ultron right now, a version of him. And you see this. So yes, that's kind of why Hank Pym is like that. And you kind of have to read Ant-Man from issue 1 to 4, and then Avengers Inc. issue 1 through 5. Now with Deadpool. Deadpool right now is not working with Hank Pym's daughter at the moment that I can think of. He's working with his own daughter, Ellie. And you can read this currently right now. It's an current ongoing, I think it's ending actually at issue 15, but it's been an amazing read. I've covered all those videos on my channel as well. But I highly recommend reading this. Cody Ziegler has done a wonderful job with Deadpool, at least in my opinion, and his daughter Ellie. I know a lot of people don't like the female daughter being with the male protagonist as much anymore, but I personally thought it was done pretty well. But yes, this current Hank Pym has gone through a lot of shit, seen with Ultron. And Ultron is the type of character that reminds me of a reverse Flash a little bit, where he's kind of like a time paradox, and there's no really way to beat him, because there's always going to be a version of him out there in the world that cannot be destroyed. Like, if you read West Coast Avengers, there's actually a good version of Ultron on the West Coast Avengers, which is kind of crazy. And then there's another version of Ultron that is like a messiah gimmick that's asking humans to join his cult. Weird. I hope that answers your question, man, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.